alright, this cool I'm no prototype, this swagger don't come overnight. Glad I found my growth, and in the event you tryna find some sauce, you already know, you better. Alright, this cool I'm no prototype, this swagger don't come overnight. Glad I found my growth, and in the event you tryna find some sauce, you already know, you better. Alright, this cool I'm no prototype, this swagger don't come overnight. Glad I found my growth, and in the event you tryna find some sauce.
The sun shining brightly in downtown Philadelphia. The setting for our broadcast tonight. The sun is shining brightly in downtown Philadelphia. The setting for our broadcast tonight. The sun is shining brightly in downtown Philadelphia. The setting for our broadcast tonight. The sun is shining brightly in downtown Philadelphia.
I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Can't connect from short range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Passes it to Embiid. Shoots over Matthews. Here's Horford. Makes it off the glass.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran. Who still has those polished post moves.
There's the pass to Bledsoe. Over Simmons, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
You know, one of the things I'd like to see Bledsoe improve on is his passing. Other than that, I think his overall game is pretty solid.
And so he makes both from the line.
You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
Embiid. Lopez grabs the board.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
To the inside, and Lopez throws it down.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo could look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
Now here's Simmons. Embiid finds Horford. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Giannis. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Knocked away. Stolen by Middleton. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Here's Embiid. Outside for Simmons. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
Boy, it's critical that Simmons keeps hitting from here, showing that he wants to round out his overall game.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Pass to Richardson to the wing right side. Out to Harris. Beyond the arc. Another three for Philadelphia.
Well, there's not much you can do about that, fellas. I mean, Harris is so good at remaining focused, concentrating on the basket, and sticking it to the defense.
And the dunk by Giannis.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Bledsoe against Simmons. Puts it up from 15. Doesn't go for it. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Here's Middleton. And the basket is good.
It's really easy to admire and respect the explosiveness of Middleton. I mean, if you give this guy a lane to the basket, he'll take full advantage of it right away.
Embiid against Lopez. Richardson gets a wide open look. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Matthews. Bledsoe outside. For three, Middleton drills it from outside. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
Presence of mind, really important. You know, this game is more mental than physical. And Middleton is a guy who stays in the moment. He's exceptional at knocking down a good shot off a good pass.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Timeout called the 76ers. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Horford, no luck.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he challenged the shot, and you can see the effects on the release of that shot. I mean, it turned a simple jumper into a tough one.
And coming into this offseason questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
The first free throw is good. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greg has done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Matthews. Back to Giannis. Middleton on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Connaughton. Good work defensively by Richardson. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They trail by 3. Horford kicks to Embiid. And no good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Horford the pass to Embiid. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Jonah Bolden comes in for Al Horford. And Smith subbed in for Josh Richardson. The Bucks also changing it up. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the rejection by Giannis. Simmons against Hill. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
And it's Simmons penetrating.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
To the right side. Here's Ilyasova, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, there's Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Free throw good from Ilyasova. We were asked this the other day, you and I, if you could choose one guard in the league to shoot a clutch three-point shot for you, Clark, who would be your guy?
Ironically, they're both on the same team, Kevin. I would start with Steph Curry. I think he clearly is the guy you want shooting it. And then after that, I would go with Klay Thompson. There are a number of other guys, but Steph is a pretty good gap in front of most. And then I think Klay is just a notch or two below Steph.
I agree. Great backcourt. Lillard up in Portland, another one. There's so many great ones in the NBA. But
yeah. Lillard would certainly be on the 3-man list for sure.
Sinks the triple.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Here's Bolden outside for Simmons. And they double up Simmons. And that one is hammered home.
Well, Simmons has what I call see-ahead vision. I mean, he sees a play ahead, and he's a great passer.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar level game.
And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
Here's Hill. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Passes it to Ilyasova. Here's Antetokounmpo. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Harris outside. And the pass to O'Quinn. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Bolden battles through traffic and lays it in.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnover.
Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Connaughton kicks to Korver. Unloads. He can't get that one to fall.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Connaughton, and he lays it straight in. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Dependable at moving the ball. It doesn't stick with him. Ilyasova is all about doing what's best for the team.
Simmons against Hill. Simmons looking around. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. Just 5 to shoot. The shot's good from O'Quinn.
Hey, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Hill up top. Guarded by Simmons. Count the basket.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
The 76ers trail by 6. He kicks it to Smith. Back to Simmons from outside the arc. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Simmons got 8.
And Simmons is accustomed to finishing over all types of defenders. I mean, that jump shot is just pure money.
Here's Lopez and the dunk by Lopez.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated.
Coming from a place where,
Wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Simmons and Smith are your 1 and your 2. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Mike Scott. And it's Bolden in at the 3. Bucks leading by 7.
Well, you know, what a season for the Bucks last year. Best record in the East, best record overall in the league. The team cruised during the regular season to win 60 games.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. Korver, no luck. Scott finds Simmons. Now here is Smith. Pass to O'Quinn. From past the arc. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Smith. Hey, Clark, those 60 wins for the Bucks, the most since 1980.
You know, start to finish, this team was a force. Had a great approach on both ends of the floor. Fun to watch. No glaring weaknesses, and a game plan that works for them. The future's bright there.
Plenty of space. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by, Hill passes to Corver. Dishes to Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. It's tipped. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Smith. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
The big man on the move. Lopez attacking the rim with some flair.
Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you.
Well, you can't give up this kind of positioning, not to a guy like Simmons. I mean, all you're asking for is to get burned if you do.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Horford comes in for Jonah Bolden. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Ben Simmons. Milwaukee also making some changes. Chris Middleton's checked in for Corver. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Hill. The 76ers trail by 3. Richardson kicks to Scott. Richardson the pass to Embiid. Over Lopez. Embiid, no good. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Here's Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 3 assists now in this one. Matthews with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. Giannis with it, and it's Horford picking him up. For 3, Middleton. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
You know, he hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the 1 in the first.
And it's slammed in by Smith.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Shot from 12. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Giannis has got 15 points.
And their front court has taken charge here. They are dominating the paint. The big fellas have just done the job. Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional.
And, Kevin, I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
Pass to Bledsoe. Down low. And the dunk by Lopez.
Decent at spotting his teammates. You know, Bledsoe is good, I think, at reading the defense and then recognizing when he's got an open teammate.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
Harris is checked in for the 76ers. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, Bledsoe is not a big guy, but he's got big boy strength. He's a powerful combo guard and can convert through contact.
And when he first came to America, what a great story this. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid, and good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right, Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years, and you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays. You know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
And so he hits both. The efficiency of Giannis, Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
And it's sent back by Bledsoe.
Boy, that was well done by Bledsoe there. Nice timing on that block.
Passes to Richardson. Here's Embiid, and again it's Philadelphia. Milwaukee leading by 3. Outside, Antetokounmpo. The pass to Matthews. Offline with his 3. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Harris finds Horford. And the rejection by Giannis. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. '76ers moving the ball around. Here's Smith, the 10-footer. Shot clock at 6. That ties the game. Harris has got 6 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Antetokounmpo over Horford, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Horford. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. It's terrific. It's good. And it's 7 points for Chris Middleton.
Middleton is simply a very versatile and dangerous offensive player. He's clever at using the pull-up jumper in the right spots to balance out his shot-making repertoire.
Pass to Embiid. Horford with it. Lopez covering. Harris kicks to Smith. Richardson dishes to Embiid. Over to the left wing. Horford. And the rejection by Giannis. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Middleton. The kick out to Matthews. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And the Bucks lead by 6. Philadelphia has gone along perfectly from three-point range. Tonight they've gone 5 for 5. Here's Embiid, and he overshot that one, missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Matthews. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Harris. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, that's an outstanding job by Tobias Harris there, keeping his composure and concentration, then converting while under pressure. Well done.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Simmons has checked in. Bledsoe taking his time here. Pass to Giannis. Shoots a fader. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And Simmons kicks to Horford. Matthews against Richardson. Second chance shot. Here's Embiid. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Jonah Bolden's checked in for Al Horford. The Bucks also changing it up. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. On the wing, Hill, guarded by Simmons. Here's Lopez. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 4 assists in the game.
And, you know, when Lopez gets it rolling early, he can put up some big numbers.
Got a piece of it. Bolden passes to Embiid. Outside for Simmons. Drops one in from the wing. Simmons got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Milwaukee, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Up around 80% for his career. Lopez more than comfortable earning his points at the charity stripe.
They get a hand on it. From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 19 points. And that'll do it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, you know, he's been up in the air so often, he's been absolutely a pest on the defensive end.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1 spot. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 1-point game.
The Bucks, a team that will attack you from deep. The team is chock full of shooters.
Yeah, and you know, they shot the second most threes in the league last year, and that approach makes an awful lot of sense when you consider how good Giannis is driving the ball down the throat of the defense. He draws so much attention. Having shooters around him is the right way to go. It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor like an Olympic track star, covering up so much ground with those long strides the way he does.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and you know, for Simmons to be so young, he has a great basketball IQ, and he plays to his strengths on offense and plays to them well.
Bledsoe against Simmons. And it's Bledsoe off the drive, plays it up and banks it in. Bledsoe's got 7 points in the game. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
And they double up Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Yes, that goes in. And it's 6 points for Josh Richardson.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
Feeds it to Lopez. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And the Bucks lead by 1. Matthews against Richardson. And And here is Simmons. He's got 16. Harris finds Simmons. And here's Embiid. He's covered by Matthews. 5 on the clock, and that one drops for him. 14 points for Joel Embiid.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Here's Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Boy, the quickness by Simmons, breathtaking. So good at blowing by whoever's trying to stay in front of him.
Bledsoe against Simmons. Trying to get open is Lopez. The shot's good. Bledsoe's got 4 points in the quarter.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
And they double up Embiid. Richardson against Matthews. No good from Bledsoe. The 76ers lead it. Here's Simmons ahead. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists now in the game. The Bucks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Timeout called the Bucks.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
Mike Scott's checked in for Philadelphia. Smith comes in for Josh Richardson. Middleton can't get it to go.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Shot's good by Bledsoe. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Outside, Antetokounmpo goes up the baseline. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Now just a 1-point 76ers lead.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunity.
Horford and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists. Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
Simmons against Bledsoe. Harris outside. Back to Simmons from downtown. Good, and Harris gets the assist. 21 points for Ben Simmons.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. And the Bucks making a change here. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Here is Ilyasova. A putback, and Antetokounmpo on the follow.
Hey, offensive rebounding, positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled. And they've hit a lot of high percentage shots in this game. And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now Simmons, he's got 27. Jacks up a three, connects from three-point range. Simmons got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the 76ers. Hill working it over. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control, Simmons can get up for blocks.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the 76ers making a change here. Richardson's checked in, and they double up Simmons.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Bucks trail by 11. Here's Korver. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their 2 young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
Bolden can't get it to go. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting it beautiful here in the third, 56% from the field. And Giannis throws it down.
Man, he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
From the baseline, off the left rim and out. And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, you know, Clark is at his best in transition.
And, you know, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court threat, attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those two.
O'Quinn trying to free himself up right through the D for the layup. Bolden's got 7.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Connaughton passes to Ilyasova. Outside Hill. Passes it to Connaughton. 6 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Ilyasova can't hit.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And Simmons slams it in.
Flash ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive cutting mentality.
Here's Connaughton. He's got 5. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 7.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Antetokounmpo finds Ilyasova. And Giannis throws it down.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 36. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's what you call being a master of your craft from Simmons. I mean, fooled the entire defense in the paint there.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. 76ers lead by 9. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Harris. And it's Bolden in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Embiid. That one goes in. Embiid's got the lead up to 11 now for the 76ers. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
And the Bucks with some changes. Lopez comes in for Ilyasova. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Hill. Free throw good. Giannis.
You know, since entering the league at age 18, Antetokounmpo has really grown. The Greek Freak, now one of the league's premier talents, no doubt.
Now the feed to Simmons. Back to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Bledsoe outside. Fires for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Bledsoe's got 9 points now in just the second half.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
In the corner, it's Harris. Back to Simmons. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Bolden, covered by Giannis. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Lopez. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Embiid. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Lopez with the steal. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
Now the pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Misses the baby hook. Bucks trail by 7. Here's Bledsoe. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Pass to Bolden. Back to Simmons. To the paint, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Al Horford, he's checked in for Jonah Bolden. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Bucks. Bledsoe outside. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Got it, number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor. Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, It's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Simmons.
Yeah, I don't want to dismiss the defensive chops of Antetokounmpo. I mean, he is so good at handling himself on the defensive end, whether he's guarding his own guy or in position to help his teammates.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Embiid kicks to Simmons. To end the drought, buries it from three-point range. Simmons got 39.
And that bucket should stop the bleeding.
Yeah, we'll see, though, Greg. I mean, it looks like that might be the case. They might need a few more like it, though, because that lead has been steadily dwindling.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Another three for Philadelphia.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Here's Bledsoe. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Love the toughness of Bledsoe. Outstanding at maintaining his balance, even when you body him up.
Embiid inside. Lopez is there. Pass to Horford. Outside, Simmons. Back to Harris. 14 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The 76ers leading by 3 inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Brook Lopez. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Embiid. Good D by Lopez. Well, the Bucks shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
To the middle, and Embiid throws it down.
Hey, once Embiid catches the hot hand now, he's looking to shoot it as much as he can.
And so it's Milwaukee now, trailing by 2. Here's Bledsoe. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Harris passes to Richardson. And they double up Embiid. Stolen by Bledsoe. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. That one falls. Matthews has got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
Good defensive instincts, and that wingspan that belies his size allows Bledsoe to come up with these steals.
Here's Middleton. Yes! And the foul. That's on Ben Simmons. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and bunches.
That's good from Horford on the assist from Tobias Harris. And that's 13 points for Al Horford.
Boy, a good passer at his position. Harris knows when to look for his teammates.
Matthews finds Bledsoe. Over Simmons. No good from Bledsoe.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Good work there as it goes. And now 24 points for Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid on top of things there, folks, recognizing a big possession and commanding the ball.
Here's Bledsoe, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bledsoe's got 24 points.
And and they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Takes the 13-footer. Here's Richardson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Way up and over the big guy. And what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
Here's Bledsoe. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. He's got 26.
Stepping up as a leader there. It's clear Bledsoe takes a lot of pride in capitalizing in critical moments.
Embiid kicks to Horford. Pass to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Tell you what, if you're pulling for Ben Simmons, it's great whenever he takes over a possession like that. Killer instinct for sure. .135 left in the fourth quarter.
From 11 feet away. Almost, but it rolls out. Philadelphia has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Back to Embiid. Harris dishes to Simmons, and they double up Simmons over Bledsoe. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Bledsoe. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way. A shot by Middleton, wide open. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got 42 in the game.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
Horford against Bledsoe. Over in the corner, Matthews. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Inside, stolen by Bledsoe. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Middleton. Good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Harris with it. Matthews covering. Got it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Guys, this is why they go to Harris. They know he's going to find a way to come up clutch. Count it.
So Mike Budenholzer decides to take a timeout here. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And here's Simmons for 3. Count it!
Hey, when the game is tight and snug, Simmons rises to the occasion, effortlessly capitalizing when his team desperately needs him to do so.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're down by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested three. Never an easy shot.
So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. That was to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won